Hello guys, welcome back to my live once again. So I think this has been the most asked question so far, how to mix your Afrobeat instrumentals. So in today's live, if you just join me, thanks for joining once from scratch as usual, as we always do, right? So make sure to stick around and stay. So basically I have this my beat over here. I just finished creating these beats and I feel like mixing everything live for you guys to watch. So as usual I have just lowered everything, but then let me play the raw beats for you to listen to how it sounds like, right? So let me bring the knobs up a little bit so that I can just play the raw beat for you to listen to how it sounds like before I start the mixing. Actually, hold up, I'm coming. So I'll bring everything down over here. So note, this is the raw beats.
As you dey work 247, surely you go be. It's a man dying if you cry, cry many times, brother. You should know it won't be forever. It's a man
So basically that's the instrumental beat we are going to mix, right? So for me, anytime I'm about to mix, I have a reference I use for my YouTube beats because most of the YouTube beats of late sounds warm, right? I prefer warm mixing personally. That's my own. So basically I have my tonal balance over here. As I always tell you guys, I mix with this tonal balance because let me see, I don't have actually proper treating room. My room is treated though, but not up to that standard. So I always mix with a reference track, right? So this is my reference. I'm going to mix my YouTube beat. Just watch me because I'm going to do everything. So the first thing first, I'll just stop the talking and balance my drums. I'll do my gain staging as usual. I can't talk at the same time be mixing. I need to focus, and this kind of setup I am using, I can't just mix at the same time be talking. So what I'll be doing is I will talk. Sorry, what I'll be doing is I will mix, and after I will mix, or I'll so what I'll be doing is I will do a step, and after I finish with that step, I will explain to you whatever I did. So just watch me. So for now, I'll stop the talking and I'll move on to action. After I do everything, I'll show you whatever I did. Don't worry, just stay with me. Okay, so the first thing what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my gain staging for the beats, right? So basically that's what I'm going to do. So I'll start with the drums and move around like that. So first I'll bring everything down like this. So the gain staging I won't be doing in the mixer knob. I'll be doing it on the actual instrument over here. like this part, I'll be doing it here. Yeah, so this is where I do my gain stage. I've already gain stage my drums, so when I gain stage my drums, my bass and everything, the rest will follow like that. Yeah, so let's yeah. So basically, what I did on the drum is to make it warm actually. So let's listen to before and after of the drum, how the drum sounds before and after. So this is before, this is how the drums were sounding. And this is after. Before, after. Yeah, so if you are listening in a good monitors, you can hear the difference for yourself. Yeah, I can answer questions. If you have any question, you can ask me. I can answer. Yeah, so that is the, because that's the reference I'm looking for. So I'm using this tonal balance as my reference, right? Yeah, so basically, let me play the drums and show you something. Yeah, so mixing is about creating spaces, right? So as you can see, this part, there is space here. I can add my instrumentals there, right? Yeah, so as you can see here, this part, the low part, yeah, the low part is occupied by the drums. So I can just bring my melodies in the middle over here, right? Yeah, so mixing is actually filling in spaces, right? Yeah, occupying spaces. That is actually what mixing of beat entails. So where you feel like that place needs some elements, you mix it in such a way that it will fill that space so the beat can be full, right? Yeah. The drums doesn't need to fill the tonal balance. As you see, I am explaining it. The drums have occupied this space, the lows and some part of the high. So during the middle part, you can bring your melodies and stuffs in that middle parts of the mix, right? So you watch me as I'm about to add my piano and stuff. You see the pianos will occupy the middle part over here, whilst the drums, I think you get it. So let's continue with our mixing. I'll stop the talking and continue in that way. Yeah, after the end of everything, you guys will understand me. Yeah, so basically, as you can see, I am trying to get the target in the tonal balance, but you can't get the actual target, to be honest. Yeah, you can't get, but at least try and get something. So listen to the beats. Yes, warm and full. So as you can see from the graph, I am trying to fill in spaces, right? Yeah, so where this part, the mid ranges, the drums wasn't available there, so I make sure my melodies are occupying the mid ranges, right? And yeah, let me show you something. Yeah, so as you can see from this part, yeah, the 300 and 500 hertz, still I can add another instrument there, but then I'll make sure I pan it. So the main focus when you are mixing beats is to fill spaces. That is the goal. If you have these tonal balances, then what is next? After I mix my drums, where I feel as if it's so be in your target folder. Yeah, so my target folder, I make sure I have the best sounding beats. Sometimes it can be my own beat, and sometimes too it can be other producers' beats, right? Yeah, so it depends on the type of genre you are mixing and the type of reference you will need, right? Yeah, so me, I have my reference for Afrobeat I use in mixing my beats, right? So if you can tell, you can see that now the beat sounds warm and sounds good, right? Yeah, so BTP Studios, I can't get your language, I only speak English, please kindly type in English for me. Yeah, so basically that is all the main focus when you are mixing your beats, right? Yeah, Emmanuel Matthew, I can't suggest actual beats for you because it depends on the type of beat you are mixing. Depends on you, the beat you feel like, yo, this beat hits hard, so you can reference that type of beat. So let's continue with our mixing. Yeah, so even if I stop talking and I'll be going back and forth from the tonal balance, you will see what I mean. So let me stop talking and continue. If you have any question too, you can ask me. Yeah. Yeah. So basically, during beat mixing, I can show you to use this specific plugin to mix your beats. But then, as I said, it all depends on you, right? Yeah. So for the bass, as you can see, I added this kickstart just to sidechain the kick from the bass, right? Yeah. So and drums too. I added this neutron just to cut a little bit of the highs and also the bass, and this standard clip just to clip the bass a little bit, just to give it a headroom. Yeah, and also my lounge lizard, that's my e piano. I added this parametric EQ, RC retro color, just to give it that kind of warm sound, and compressor and reverb basically. Yeah, and my part 2, I didn't do much, just cut the mid ranges and the lows, you know yeah, sometimes you don't need to do much, so basically that is all. So make sure you have a specific target you are mixing to. That is the main goal of mixing beat, right? That is the main goal. Just have a reference and a specific target. My beat on produced by Mirakilouz Beats. I have tons of beat there. You can listen to some of my mixes on my beats. Yeah. So I think this will be the end of these tutorials, right? Yeah. So I just came live to show you the principles around it. I am not showing you how to mix it, no, because everyone has his own way of mixing his beats, right? But this is the principles, right? Just have a reference, right, and know what you are going in for, and make sure you fill in spaces in your mixes. That is it. After you have your targets, you fill in the spaces. That is it. You're good to go. So thank you for watching this video. I am Mirakilouz Beats once again. Peace out.